Hello, welcome back. A great progress. In this session, we are going to look at grouping and aggregating data. This might sound some big names, but it is the simple thing that we usually do as an analyst or even as other people who leverages on data. So let's say, for example, you work at an ice cream shop and you calculate the sales for that day, the total sales for that day. That is an aggregate value. If you calculate the total sales for a week, for a month, for a quarter, for a year, those are aggregate values. You have grouped your data. All right, then again, let's look it in another way. For example, your ice cream has a flavor like chocolate, flavors like vanilla. Then now, instead of calculating the total value, total sales for a week, you decide to calculate total sales for vanilla and total sales for chocolate on their own. This is again aggregating values. So the functions that we use to calculate aggregate or that we use to aggregate data is or are functions like summing, functions like product, functions like averaging and counting, and so on. If you have done some Excel work before, then you are familiar with subtotals, right, to aggregate data. Then I've said you can get the total sales for your ice cream. You can get the total sales for ice cream according to flavor, and you can also go deeply down and get a specific ice cream flavor at a specific store. You can see how you can go down. But again, it is important to know that in Power BI, when we do grouping at this stage, it is not very important. It is just a summary, an overall summary to show us what has happened at our store or what has happened to our sales for a week, and so on. The real power of aggregating and the real power of grouping is what we are going to cover in our module 4, when we are going to discuss DAX measures. Those are the measures, the aggregate values, the total sales, the total revenue, the total profit. The total profit in a specific district is now what we are going to use in our visualizations. So the only thing that we are doing at this stage is to come up with the values at a high level and say just we have made these sales on this product and so on. As I've said, the real power will come in when we start handling data analysis expression, DAX measures. In our next session, then, we are going to look at a practical example of grouping data in Power BI. See you then.